all some of my favorite artists are like that. Like I love Dom Kennedy. Dom Kennedy's range is like right here, and I love every song.
No, I like a focused artist, man. Like one of our couple of our favorite albums of the year have like limited range. Clips. They write in their pocket.
Oh, no. But
no. As much as I love them,
Clips is in their pocket. That's their pocket.
They're good at extending their pocket.
Okay.
Very good.
But like it's okay.
But it's there. It's right here.
Yo, one of your favorite albums of the year, Life is Good, Larry June, 2 Chainz.
Stays right here. right here.
It's a dope.
And we love it.
It's a dope luxury rap, but it's right. It don't go nowhere outside.
I love it. Right here.
Rap Life Review, Eddie and Low, I'm Ebro. We got to talk to a lot of people last week. Eddie was sitting in with me. We got Key Glock through the room. We had Hit Boy come through, and he broke down some of his couple of joints from his catalog, Trophies, and what was the other one he did?
One Train.
One Train. Man, that One Train, I don't know if y'all listened to that off that A$AP Rocky album from what was that, 2012? 2009?
No.
10.
11, around that area, like the end of the blog era. Yeah.
That song specifically, as far as the production and the MCs that are on it, and then transposing that to the modern day, is pretty fun to do, to see where cats is at in their career. But I also caught up with Offset.
Okay.
And I had been having convo with Offset, just throughout the years on, especially after Takeoff got murdered, because I was, that's a lot, because I knew them very well.
There was a level of concern there.
And there was just a level of general concern. And I do that with a lot of the young artists, for sure, because I feel like, if we can just show them love and create space for them, I feel like that improves their output. Yeah. I feel like it improves their desire to want to contribute to hip hop in general. And I think that serves us all in some regard, to make them feel like, damn, at least somebody cares. Somebody in the game gives a fuck about me putting out music. Record sales, and it's not just my record label, and it's not just my A&R. It's actually people who have no business affiliation whatsoever, who just want to hear music. So I would always just try to do that. But Offset was going through a lot, and we talked about what he was going through in his personal relationship and about accountability. I will FaceTime Offset just out of the blue and be like, excuse my language, everybody. Yo, you fucking up, bro. Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And you've acknowledged that to me.
Yeah, I fucked up. Know what I mean? Just being real shit. I fucked up. We had them talks, man. You called me. Out of all people, you called me. And but it take that though. Like it take for people that you love or you respect what they say, or there's somebody that actually check in for real. But there ain't a lot of people that do that too though. But I mean, I fucked up, but you gotta keep. I feel like same thing. Like I gotta acknowledge that, and then get back on the journey.
You guys think he handled that well?
It was one of those things we was all kind of worried about. What was going on with like Offset and Quavo post the tragedy that happened with Takeoff, and one of the things I've noticed through his recent media runs is Offset's maturity. Like we see the online stuff and relationship stuff. Yeah, that's one thing. But when he's talking through it and we see where he was as a young man in his career when they first started, and see where he's at now as a father, as a businessman, as a musician, I enjoy watching the growth with all these artists, and he's one of the prime examples of it.
I think, specifically with Offset, I think the platforms he's going to are going to test him and ask him and hold him accountable for the things that he said and done. Not just in the music, but his relationship with Cardi. And he did that very well with you. He stood up to it. Yeah, I fucked up some things in my marriage, and I had to get it right, and I had to hold myself accountable. So that, just watching that progression, even outside of the music, is very impressive to see.
Well, I think, too, the other thing is, remember, we met Migos, and Bad and Bougie blows up. Offset's in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's already a father at that point. Then they start to, have their success. He meets Cardi. Him and Cardi's relationship is clubs, the industry, putting out music. It's all public. Yeah. Did they ever have a relationship that wasn't in the microscope, in the spotlight?
I mean, we probably don't know. We don't know.
Well, no, but everything we know of them was
Yeah, I mean, they're two public figures, and it's very hard to escape that.
Right, and so then now, y'all start having kids. Offset's never dealt with whatever he went through to end up being in jail for that period of time and having other children with other women. That requires work, fellas. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot of dudes that don't think that what they went through young or the mistakes they may have made requires you unpacking that. Then you fast forward, now you got a public relationship, and that's whatever chaotic, toxic, smoking weed, clubs, being out and about, spending money, wilding, you stack 3 other kids on top of that.
Yeah.
Plus, you lose a family member.
Mm-hmm. Then you start beefing with the other one.
Then you beefing with the other family member.
Right.
And not that that's an excuse to be, adulterous and philandering and all the things.
It's a lot to handle. It's a lot to unpack, and it's very hard to focus on things that are important when you're reading all the scrutiny, you're reading all the conspiracy theories, and then you got issues with your wife, you got more kids. Like, it's just a lot.
But dudes, here's the thing. Dudes that's been outside messing with strippers and getting high and running the streets and all that shit, if you got a couple of dollars in your pocket and girls want you and you got all of these problems that are unresolved, dudes run out to the street and justify and just want ego strokes from randos. And that's how you end up in the DMs. That's how you end up fucking with chicks that ain't bettering you or even helping you at home, with anything you got going on. And that's what he got caught up in, man. It's not an excuse, but I've seen this movie before. Matter of fact, I've starred in this movie before. But you know what I'm saying? Which is how I know.
Hey.
You know what I mean? But that's how I try to be like, yo, you better go unpack this. I wasn't married and didn't have kids though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine. You know what I'm saying? That
level of stress, responsibility, and just
and then don't let your money get funny while you're dealing with all of that shit. Now your money's funny,
right?
And you're trying to figure out where your next, your next
meal,
situation is coming from, and you know what I'm saying? The ends ain't meeting, and it's a mess.
I started that movie too, now that I think about it. That was a fun movie.
Yeah.
Shit.
It was fun until it wasn't.
Until it wasn't.
Yeah. I like this PG-13 movie I got going on right now. It's
much
a lot better
better.
than the other side. Yeah, it's way better.
Well, because it's much better to be in the PG-13. Maybe even, I like the G-rated. You know what I'm saying? I go home and watch my language, all type of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
hold on, time out. I watch my language, all type of shit.
That's the
like, that
big
was
at home, in my private life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah.
playing radio edits and all type of things at home.
Yeah.
But the reason I say that though is because it makes you aware of the ways in which you might be damaging your life, yourself, your loved ones, all that. You become much more aware of like, yo, I'm having some anxiety over here. I'm having this situation over there. It allows you to really process. And dudes don't do that the same way girls do it. Right? Yeah. Girls will go to their friends and they have like networks. Dudes don't necessarily.
And like he said that on the Joe Budden podcast. I forgot who asked him. They're like, how do you unpack this shit? Like, what do you do outside of like the music and the therapy, like in that format? He was like, I don't. I don't.
And his song, it ain't like he's writing it in the songs.
Nah.
Offset, it's not like you writing songs about what you're going through. You still turning up in the song.
He's like, I don't deal with it. So I can't imagine what's sitting here dealing with all this shit he's dealt with. So yeah, but it sounds like he's more level-headed. So
no, I think he is, but it's still putting it in action. It's still putting it in practice.
You gotta acknowledge it first.
Yeah, you gotta acknowledge it. You gotta be willing to do that work every day. But anyway, you can check the whole convo available on Apple Music. All last week in the new studios, we also, after I talked to Offset, a day and change later, Cardi B pulls up to the studios to do her own radio show. Eddie, you thought something was really important that you heard about her new song in her radio show.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask y'all before I set this up. What do you guys think about her new song? I know, like this sample, this original Jay-Z, as some Jay-Z stands. I know how we all feel about it. How'd you guys feel about the Cardi version?
I was fine with it. You know what I'm saying? I liked it. I liked hearing her over that record as being somebody from the city. I compared it. I know a lot of people are comparing it to Jay-Z. And I would like to tell all of y'all to go sit down. And you can't compare this to Hov's version. When I heard the record, I immediately compared it to the opening record on Invasion of Privacy. Get Up 10. Get Up 10. Because I had to compare it to other Cardi records where she's telling her story and talking her shit, right? Because Cardi's Cardi. And you know, you may or may not like how she raps, how she delivers, the songs, et cetera, et cetera. So I didn't compare it to Hov.
Okay.
I'm older, so I know the original record, which is Renee and Angela, right? Imaginary Playmates, which is the sample that he's using on Imaginary Players. So for me, it was great. I loved it. And I loved it for New York because it gave a certain feeling.
So for me, how I heard the song, the first time I heard it was on Cardi's radio
load
show.
in comment.
Nah, it was good. It was cool. Good to hear in that pocket, you know. Yeah, it was cool. It was.
But what? What?
What?
I was trying to protect Low. I had your back, Low. I had your back.
This could be that, or this could be this.
I got it. I got you.
So
so you compared it to Cardi also?
No, I didn't compare it. I didn't compare it to Hov, because that'd be asinine. When you listen to the record, that's all you hear.
Right.
Right, that's all you hear.
For people of our age, similar
that's
age.
all you hear. That's all you think about. So unfortunately, your mind, when you're critiquing, goes to that pocket of listening and
right.
You know, rhyme scheme or whatever the case is. I applaud her for being very, very brave in doing that in a public forum, because we haven't heard from her since about 2018. This is your second single from your sophomore album, and you choose to go strictly dynamically rap. That's a dangerous but brave move, because we're not accustomed to hearing this publicly from Cardi as a representation for an album, right?
Fair.
Like as a first single.
As a first or
like
second single.
Outside was the real first
which I like. I like Outside a lot. So when you look at it from that angle, it's another more hesitance. And I would have preferred to hear this record just blatantly on the album, and would have been surprised by it, and probably would have listened to it with different ears. But because it was such a big bravado, she's doing this record, this is one of Jay's best records, one of my favorite records,
Oh, it's one of your favorite Jay-Z records?
Yes.
I'm always when rappers of today cover things of yesteryear.
Yeah.
Right? I have to go, I gotta grade this on today's curve.
Yes.
I can't grade this on
whoever they're sampling from that curve.
But also I have to remind myself that I was me then.
Mm-hmm.
And so me now is not in the same place as someone who didn't live that then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're now and you wasn't outside, you didn't experience that Imaginary Players, it don't mean the same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
so I'm grading on a curve for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it does mean a lot to me, because one, it's my favorite record. Two, you know, I have a personal connection because it connects me and my sister, and this is one of my sister's favorite records and one of my sister's favorite albums. So we was playing that shit just all the time, nonstop. And to this day, I'm still playing it all day, nonstop.
Two things, right?
Yeah.
I don't get mad about samples, because my homeboy made this 8-hour-long playlist of just original songs that have been sampled in hip-hop. And as I'm listening to it, and I already knew this, you start realizing, like, songs that were sampled, like old hip-hop songs, they were sampling soul songs quick. Like Dennis Edwards' Don't Look Any Further, like 7 years later, there was a rap version of it. So I don't even get mad over that. My second thing was, my context for the Cardi B version was different. So when the first time I heard Imaginary Players was on her radio show she did with us. She plays the song, I hear it, and immediately she gives an explanation of why she sampled that record.
Growing up in New York, especially having my uncle Jeffrey, he always used to play this song. You already know my uncle, he was a cute, pretty boy, drug dealer boy. He deported now, child. They deported his ass. He got deported, but you know, he went to stay. He went to G-Dubs. If you're from the Heights, you should know. And this song really, like, it's sometimes like when I just hear the beat just start playing, like it really, really just takes me. Like, I don't know what it is. Some music, some songs, I don't know. It's so weird to say. Like, it's like it have a feel, but it also got like a smell to it, or it got like a smell to it, and it's just like I could really smell summertime. Like I could really smell my grandma block, because it's like my mom, she didn't used to like me hanging out in the block in the Bronx, so my grandma would let me hang out though in front of her building, and it's like I remember like when my Uncle Jeffrey used to come around, I used to be like, yes, thank God he came around, because my uncle gonna give me $3. And he used to play the song Allah, Allah, Allah. And then it's like for F to randomly play that song, he just randomly played that song. And it got me up and lifted me up. And I was like, yo, that'd be funny if I flipped this shit. And then it's like, that's what I started doing. I started flipping it.
So once I heard that, I was like, she painted a picture for me.
And her talking about her growing up uptown, her uncle playing the Jay-Z record, and this representing New York City for her. And I think that's also why when I heard, Cardi B sample Hove on her album, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know, I had no idea. When the beat drops, I'm like, oh shit, this is a New York tri-state area vibe. And obviously I'm partial because I know where she's from in the BX. I know what area of town she's from. I know who her family is. So I'm listening to it with those ears. And the way she described it right there of like, this gives me like almost, I can smell New York City.
It's tangible. Like, yeah, she's like going back in time with that record. And with that context, it shifted how, and I just heard the song, so I didn't even really have a thought yet. So I'm kind of figuring it out. She explains that, then plays the original, and I'm like, oh, boom, I got it. Now I'm back in, 97, 96, whenever that is. And I'm like, all right, cool. Now I ain't even grow up in New York, but that's the beauty of music and movies. Sometimes you just put yourself there, what your own vision is for that place and that time. And after that, I was like, all right, I rock with it. Now I'm excited for the album. I can't even front.
I've heard a lot of the album. She got some fucking smashes on the album.
See, and that kind of just annoys me because I know she does.
No.
See, like,
but also like she. It's not even like pop records,
right?
Like it's not. I heard some pop records, but that's not. She's got like straight ahead hip hop, R&B, melodic, like.
And I would have preferred that based on how absent a body of work has been for her. And what Cardi really needs right now is one of those undeniable heat.
Oh, she got him.
Okay,
that's just gonna cut through
they on the
immediately.
way.
And I
but
think,
historically, isn't this what you want out of rappers? Like everything you say on this show.
I do.
Okay,
and I'm not mad at the fact that she did it. But I'm just looking at it from a business aspect and the awareness that she's trying to cling on to. That's what I'm looking at it as. There was too much pushback and kickback about the record, and I don't think she deserved that. I think she deserves to have that number one, that spot.
But like you said a second ago, it's very brave.
It is. It's very brave. I gotta give it to her.
I think something else we got to talk about too, as people who are critical, we critique rap for a living.
Yeah.
When you are a top tier MC, we're gonna critique you differently than we're gonna critique someone who raps for entertainment.
Right.
Cardi B is a rapper. We wouldn't put Cardi B in the same conversation as a quote unquote lyricist top tier MC.
Absolutely.
Cardi B is someone who
can rap very good.
Who raps well, but mostly delivers on a personality level of entertainment and has good songs / great songs / hits.
That represent
right?
that.
And we've had that in rap. There's many people that we have liked their music and their rap persona, but we don't put them in the lyricist spot.
No. And I don't think that's the conversation with that.
No, but I just wanted for the audience to understand how we grade on a curve. Because we are grading on a curve.
Yeah.
All the time.
Not all the time, but
all the time. No, all the time. It's like depending on
who we don't grade on a curve all the time. No,
depending on the artist, yeah, we do. Because we don't expect the same thing from Jay-Z as we expect from like JID where they are in their career. Like lyrically we might, and we don't expect the same thing from Cardi we expect from Scarface. We have different expectations depending on the artist and the music they've created. We grade them on their own bodies of work and who they've built themselves to be, but overall we grade everybody on some kind of curve.
So when Nas was dropping those 6 albums, were we grading him on a curve or were we?
Yeah, because we're grading him based
against
on what we
catalog.
know of Nas.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're
The
grading on a
curve
curve
for him.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I got
Not
you.
like a general.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, my fault.
We're comparing Nas against Nas.
Yeah,
like
that's the curve.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Understood.
But I think that's important. You know, now, if 2 rappers are to get into a battle, right? we're going to grade them based on their engagement in that battle.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the winner or loser can then go on to continue to make the types of things that they make
Outside
as artists.
Right.
And we can still love or dislike those things based on grading those artists
against
themselves.
Right. Okay.
So what about these other new releases before we go here?
I just wanted to establish for the convo.
That was a fucking great save, buddy.
Shout out to Babyface Ray, Codeine Cowboy album out. Shout to ASAP Rocky, new single tied to Highest to Lowest movie.
Yeah.
Anybody see the movie yet? I was traveling all weekend. I have not got to see Highest to Lowest.
I haven't.
The Apple original film.
I haven't gotten to see it.
I haven't, but I got a question for y'all.
Yes.
The way I'm setting this question up is going to sound negative, but it's not negative.
Like, well, hold up, Eddie. Hold up.
Yeah.
Highest to Lowest, he dropped 2 songs, Rocky did, that are on the soundtrack. It's a movie that takes place in New York City.
Directed by Spike.
The cast is fire. Jeffrey Wright, Denzel, Spike Lee. Also, Spike running around doing a lot of promo. You saw him with Stephen A. Smith.
He's on Sports
with
Take.
Denzel,
Yeah, he's on First Take.
Moving around. He's on First Take.
Yep.
But also, you should know the critics,
Rotten Tomatoes.
the consumer critics, I think that's what Rotten Tomatoes mostly is, got it at 90%, bro.
Wow.
That's tough.
So it's moving around out here.
That's tough.
Remaking a Kurosawa film.
Yeah, Japanese, right?
Yep.
There you go. Highest to Lowest, go check it out right now. Now, what you were saying, Eddie?
Are we at the point where we just really don't care about A$AP Rocky's music like that?
Ooh,
Because
you got to phrase that differently.
Here's why I say that.
That was mean.
Because I'm gonna tie this into Cardi, right? Cardi to me is like the first hip hop celebrity we had that was a complete 360 celebrity before they even really started rapping. Like she was a reality show girl, then she became a rapper, then she was a social media entertainer, she became a fashion artist kind of stuff.
But by the way, it's important to point out, in New York, it's a different journey for us.
Yeah.
Because remember, she was a girl on Instagram who also stripped at Sue's Rendezvous, who used to fight people on Instagram, and the city used to be like, yo, the girl from Sue's Rendezvous about to beat this bitch up tonight on Instagram, everybody tune in. That was a real New York thing.
And that's all part of it.
But no.
360.
Before we got tapes, then we got 2 or 3 mixtapes from her before she became a reality TV star.
Right.
But it all ties into this.
No, I know. I was just letting you know that before the rapping and things happened before the reality TV here for us in New York.
Which ties into, like you said earlier, about the personality type
right,
side.
this is a person that then started a personality, a character that then started rapping.
Right. Okay.
So when I bring in A$AP Rocky in this conversation, right, it's very similar. He's somebody that most people know him as a rapper, but because of like he's the face of Ray-Bans now. He's like the creative director. All the fashion stuff that he's done, and like walking runways, creating his clothes. Now he's starring in movies, and he starred in Dope like 10 years ago. Clearly his relationship with Rihanna. So my question is now, fresh off of Lollapalooza, he's one of the headliners. He's releasing music, he's in movies. Do we care about A$AP Rocky, the person, more than we actually care about A$AP Rocky, the rapper at this point?
I don't know if we meaning personally, or you mean we as the...
You mean like as like the personality or the new thing that he's doing now? Do we care more about that?
I still get excited to want to hear his music, to see what he's trying to do musically. But that's also because I think I'm not as into artists' personal lives that much. Like I don't.
Do you feel like
I'm happy for
other
him,
people care?
but I'm not like tracking.
Well, I mean, we only track it because based on what we're seeing. Right. We see it every day. We see it very, very frequent. So that's why we're tracking it. But like if it was private, we probably wouldn't give a fuck.
And maybe I'm still interested in his music because I'm like, yo, you still making music? Like you ain't even got to do this. You still putting out records? That's fire. Like I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, and I think with the music...
Like you a dad, you know what I'm saying? Your wife's a billionaire. Like, yo, you still putting out rap records?
Yeah.
Shit, I gotta go see what this all about.
I think for him right now, it's not a necessity. And I don't think it's a priority for his music career. I think that has taken a serious backseat And not because he can't do it, but because I think his creativity is already, it's just pointed in a different direction.
See, I disagree.
And I think honestly, I think he enjoys that aspect more than making music. Because if he really did, we probably see a lot more releases.
No, I think he loves making music.
Yeah.
I think music is the impetus of a lot of his creativity. I think that, and this is, I'm guessing, I think that it's easier for him to get those other things out the door because he's still signed to a label.
The process
and so
is probably more easier,
he's still got to get the label behind the whole rollout. He can't just move as fast as he wants to move.
Yeah.
But maybe that's because I know he's got a lot of material that he's made. It's just not getting out the door.
Yeah, he's giving us a snippet. So here's my question. So I'm going to remove us from it because you asked the question, do you personally care? And my question was, do people care? So comment below, are you actually checking for A$AP Rocky music in 2025?
I think I know what they're going to say, too.
I'm just curious because it feels like to me.
They're going to be mean about it.
I mean, they can be mean. It's the internet. Like, we ask stuff on the internet.
Because I've seen the conversation before, so that's why.
I'm just curious if people care at this point because it seems like there's all the other stuff is the stuff that takes priority in the public perception of A$AP Rocky over when he actually drops a song.
And so, by the way, this is the danger for an artist's other endeavors becoming more prominent than their music. This has always been the thing, right? Where an artist moves on to other things, making movies, becoming an actor, whatever those other things are. Some artists become so much on social media and known for their antics on social media that people never really get back into their music.
Or they like that side of that person more than they like the other.
So
they're like, we see people gravitating to this new whatever. All right, cool. Let me tuck that away and just leave that where it is. Look who he's married to.
She don't make music no more neither. Unless it's a Smurf movie.
2 peas in a pod.
But he's still making music. The question was,
I'm sure she is too.
The difference is if Rihanna drops an album, everything stops for at least a weekend out of curiosity.
Well, yeah, I mean we know that.
Yeah, even in the hip hop world, if A$AP Rocky drop, and I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just saying I'm curious to see if people would actually care in the hip hop community when A$AP drops a new album. If it's gonna be like, oh hell yeah. Or do the other things take precedent now?
We'll see. I mean, we'll see in the comments.
Well, but I love that conversation because that takes us to Chance the Rapper's new album.
Yeah.
Right? Chance the Rapper took it very far early in his career with The Lion King, with, the Kanye verse on
Life of Pablo.
Life of Pablo, with the Grammys, with being an independent artist. Like, he took it very far. The
Coloring Book and all that other stuff.
All that. He took it far. And then we didn't get an album from him for what has it been? 5, 6?
5, 6 years.
Well, no, you're skipping a major part of that.
Go ahead.
That album
he dropped a horrible album.
Yeah.
Like, The Big Day was ass.
And you didn't like it?
You being generous.
Let's just be real, bro. I'll call it both ways. Like, I'm not gonna be mean. I'm not gonna be mean for the sake of being mean. That's not my bag. The Big Day, the weekend I heard it, I was like, yo, what is, before everyone was making the narratives. And to be fair.
But by the way, hang on. Were you a Chance fan before that album?
I mean, I like Coloring Book. I've been doing Chance concert at the Hollywood Bowl. Like, I rock with I'm not like a diehard, but I like Chance music. Like,
I did too. I mean, I still do.
Like, No Problem comes on. You're like, yeah, Chance the Rapper, yay. I wasn't anti-Chance, but I was rooting for him. I listened to it first weekend. I was like, cool, let's do this.
And by the way, I'm only asking because I know that there is a fan base out there for Chance. I don't know. You guys can leave comments. I don't know if they disliked the album as much as people who were new Chance fans and had an expectation. I don't know. I'm really asking.
I'm not a diehard by any means.
There was a conversation.
Because there's people who just came in at Coloring Book, and then Big Day comes out and they're like, yo, this is ass. And I was kind of like, I mean.
There was a sector of his hardcore fan base that did not like that project. Yeah. So that conversation was had.
I'll leave that to the internet.
Yeah. And to be fair, we on the internet, we piled on. And we thought Chance was never going to recover. And Chance had dropped music since then. And even the lead single, Tree, with Lil Wayne, I was like, I don't know, man. this is kind of ass, bro. This is weak. And
that album
I'm going to be fair. I listened to Starline.
That album is good.
Hey, this might be, and maybe I'm speaking hyperbole. It might be recency bias. I don't remember a comeback story like this in hip hop, where the consensus was this guy's dead. This album sucks. His career is over. Ha 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 ha. Because we liked the jokes in 2025 and the years leading up to it. And this project,
we've always liked the jokes. Don't make the internet feel like everything that happened on the internet wasn't happening in the barbershop.
Yeah, like you ain't never been to the barbershop. Like,
all the shit talking everybody do on the social media been happening.
Yeah.
And what I will say, I'll as someone who just said that album was ass, Starline's good, bro. From the very first songs, Starside intro, Ride, shout out to Do or Die, all our old rappers getting features on there.
Thug's on there, right? Thug's on, yeah.
Yeah, Young Thug sound good on there.
Yep.
The Negro Problem with BJ the Chicago Kid, Back to the Go with Vic Mensa. The whole album, Tree's the weakest song on the album. The whole album is fire. And I will say here right now, I'm here for the Chance comeback story. I get no gratitude in watching artists fall off. I don't like it. I'm not getting any joy out of it. So for us to get the jokes off and him to recover, and it seems like from what I'm seeing online, I don't know what you guys are seeing, people are like, yo, this is a good album.
Yeah,
and I'm happy for Chance. And I'm here for it because we do need that. We need some positive, and we need those gospel samples. And we do need that energy.
Chance lyrically is always, his skill set's always been fire. So I never really doubt it because I think his rapping ability as an MC is very high. I think that the problem many artists always run into is being able to step away from the musical direction and decision-making process and letting someone else produce them, right? Because, and this is for any artist out there, you know what I'm saying, you're dope on the pen, lyrically, whatever you're going through, creative, whatever, allow others to step in and create the music that matches your pen, matches your voice, matches whatever, right?
Cole had to go through that.
All the greats go through that.
No, but Cole was a very high example because he produced everything by himself. So when other people came in and pretty much did what you just said, you could tell the difference. So I think that's happened, with Chance.
And I don't know how Chance went about creating this album. And maybe that's what took him so long was to figure it out. But I see Vic Mensa posting a lot about them being locked in together, and if people know their story, that's great. Just a phenomenal story. The fact that even them, doing events in Ghana and what that the Black Star, which is about Ghana and that flag that has the Black Star on it. Chance, great album.
Great comeback story.
Great album. NBA YoungBoy continues to do numbers. Kevin Gates dropped Luca Brasi 4. Let's talk about this JID. God does like ugly. Community, wholeheartedly, VCRs.
Was it McAfee Road or McAfee Drive? What was it? It's
the joint with Don Toliver.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Hey, man.
Matter of fact, caught up with JID when we were out in LA. He came by the studios also. And you could tell, like, he is not pressed to chase the game.
No, he's never been that type of person.
Yeah.
I think there are certain artists that we find and we see create albums, bodies of works, or whatever the case is, that just live in their truth and live in their pocket and live in their environment and live in their sonic, whatever. And JID has always been that. And it just shines through on this album particularly, for me.
And then Gunna's album. Heat on that Gunna album.
That's Sac Passe? Is that how you say it? How you say it? Sac Passe?
Sac Passe.
Yeah, right.
Hey, listen, man, y'all better leave Gunna alone. look, Gunna got like a very narrow pocket, right? Like narrow pocket is like this is Gunna's range, right?
Talk about
this is his range. And you know who's good as hell in that range? Gunna. If he Gunna be like right here with every song.
Listen, that Gunna Burner Boy.
Yeah.
Listen, we got what's it? WizKid? He
got a joint with WizKid too.
Yeah. Like when everyone was not rocking with Gunna said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back to Africa.
When was the everyone not rocking with Gunna? When did this?
When he got out of jail and everybody called him.
No. But once again, the internet is different than real life.
No.
Yes, it is.
No,
yes, it is.
Bro,
Because,
he dropped "Fuck You Mean" like
and that
weeks after the whole
that
internet
record is
shit.
hard. That
and
record
"Fuck You
is
Mean" went
fucking-
crazy. Then he
His
went on
own friend.
tour and sold out like 4 dates in New York and LA.
We always got to understand the internet is not real life. In some
But
aspects,
it is
not,
though. Because
not
Thug
every
stopped rocking
aspect.
with him.
Because
Future stopped rocking with him.
all right, and he said,
Lil Baby
and he
stopped
said
rocking with
cool,
him.
and he said cool. Listen,
Freddie
I'm not the
Gibbs-
biggest Gunna fan, and I'm not even the biggest fan of this album. But
No,
that
no,
man,
no.
hold on, listen, that man has stayed relevant. That man has sold out shows.
No.
That man has put up numbers.
Low.
That man has put up
That's not
songs.
what-
It don't
Low.
matter what people saying
Low.
about, oh, Thug ain't
Low.
rocking with him. This one, what?
Low. You just flipped arguments. No one's saying that.
I didn't.
Yes, you did, brother.
People are saying that. That's the unfortunate
with
point.
The brother. With the R.
That's the
He just
unfortunate
said
point. People
low.
are saying that.
Low, you were just on the other side of the argument. E said, who stopped rocking with Gunna? Me and you were saying, people stopped rocking with Gunna.
Yeah.
I just gave an example. Then you started arguing with me.
No,
you were
I'm
literally
just-
just
no,
on my
like,
side.
He'll go to ill plot twist. He'll go to ill plot twist.
When I'm not to cut you off, when I'm speaking, I'm not necessarily yelling at you for logistical
y'all work this out? Can y'all work
for
this out? Your
logistical
relationship
purpose,
issues on
for
a different
logistical
segment?
purposes, I have to look at you. So yes, it seems like I'm addressing
but here's
you,
the
but
ill
I'm not.
part. Here's the illest part of it all.
Sorry about that.
All of the noise around Gunna, the things you're talking, even including the things you're talking about, Eddie, with the people who quote unquote stop rocking with, contributed to people being interested
And curious.
in the albums.
Right.
So, and wait for it, this album, which is currently, I think, as we're talking, number 2 on Apple Music, and already went number 1, is the last album in the Young Thug YSL record deal, I'm told.
Yeah, this was his last.
So
yeah.
Thug still benefits from the success of this album.
Yeah, Thug got to stop tweeting every time Gunna
So
comes out.
even
why are you doing that?
even him talking about whatever he's talking about, I
wanna
still
hear
think
that.
it's all rollout, guys.
Oh, you think this is part of the plan? Like Thug,
Whether they designed it, it's a part of it, it's working.
But you always think something is a part of a rollout.
Yeah, because they're all
think
getting
everything
money, bro. Like, they're all getting
You
money.
can still get money with somebody and still feel or
Absolutely. I'm not saying they're gonna like they're getting along. I don't know that to be a fact.
I just don't think
know
I
that
think it's
the bank statements are making everyone happy.
follow the money.
That's all I'm
hey,
talking
man.
about.
Okay.
Gunna really good right here in this range.
That's a backhanded compliment, which I agree with.
I mean, some of my favorite artists are like that. Like, I love Dom Kennedy. Dom Kennedy's range is like right here, and I love every song.
No, I like a
love-
focused artist, man. Like
Yeah.
one of our couple of our favorite albums of the year have
Like
limited range.
Yeah.
Clips, they write in their pocket.
Oh,
You
no.
know?
But
No.
they got records
As
about,
much
like,
as I
their
love them,
parents.
Clips is in their pocket. That's their pocket.
They're good at extending
Okay.
their pocket.
Okay.
Very good.
But like, it's okay.
But
It go
it's
like this.
there. It's
Like,
right here.
Yo, one of your favorite
Ooh, ooh.
albums of the year, Life is Good, Larry June, 2 Chainz.
Stays
right here.
right here.
Right here.
Right
It's
here.
adult.
And we love it.
It's adult luxury rap, but it's right. It don't go nowhere outside.
I love it. Right here.
Listen, I found this on the internets. I want to shout out to the Instagram account OCD_hip-hop. Claims they use the latest version of ChatGPT to rank the greatest rappers of all time. So I shared it because I think it was done very well. Now, it's a number of slides, and ChatGPT said the ask was for it to rank the greatest rappers of all time. And ChatGPT came back and said, all right, but quote unquote, the best rapper of all time is a title that has started more arguments than Thanksgiving politics. To make this fair, we need to decide on how we're measuring it. ChatGPT goes on to rank 5 categories. Number 1, lyrical skill, wordplay, metaphors, rhyme, complexity, storytelling. 2, impact and legacy, influence on the culture, shaping the genre. 3, catalog quality, number of classic albums, consistency over time. 4, versatility, ability to shine on different styles and beats. And 5, commercial success, sales chart dominance, and reach.
Okay.
Then they scored that, I believe, on a scale of 1 to 10 and went through a number of rappers. The final totals, Jay-Z 48, So if there were a maximum score of 10 on each of the categories, that means Jay-Z only got a 9.
The totality of the
totality, because the top score would have been 50. If you have 5 categories, 10 per category.
And no one got a 50.
Nobody got a 50. They landed on Jay-Z with 48, Nas at 45 with 45, Biggie with 45, Tupac with 47, Eminem 46, Kendrick Lamar 48, tied with Jay-Z, and Rakim 43.
Wow.
So they said we have a tie between Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar at 48 points. Tupac right behind with 47. If we wanted to break the tie, we could add longevity bonus, which would give Jay-Z the clear edge right now since Kendrick's still in his mid-career. And then it says, do you want me to add the tiebreaker? Eddie, you have a twisted grill.
Yeah, because I rock with what this little computer man decided to do.
Yeah.
But there's a glaring omission that makes the whole thing go to hell for me.
And which is?
It's Drake, bro. Like look at what the scale in which they're grading it, right?
Yeah.
And, okay, so let's start with the knock. The argument always is Drake doesn't.
Glaring omission?
It's glaring omission.
Is it?
So let me break it down.
Okay.
So the knock is always Drake doesn't have a classic album, whether you believe that or not.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna say
1.5.
Okay, so I'm gonna say catalog quality. So number 3, you can say that's Drake's Party's Missing.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you grade Drake? Assuming he got a 10 in all the other 4 categories, Drake, how would you grade him on that third part, which we know is the biggest? And remember, ChatGPT is pulling from internet discussions, right? Like ChatGPT is pulling from what people have said on the internet, not necessarily coming to this because ChatGPT listened to the albums. So you have to remember that this is swayed based on what the entire internet has been saying. How would you, Eddie, grade Drake on category 3 on a scale of 1 to 10?
And that number 3 is a heavy combo.
I give him at least a 7, at minimum.
So he would end with assuming he scored 10 in all the other categories,
he ends with a 47?
He would still lose to Jay-Z and Kendrick. Based on what you just said.
Okay, but then also you go
doesn't
impact.
have to be the point, man.
I'm just saying. He would end with a 47, which is a great score.
You want to emphasize it so
but he
hard.
would lose to Jay.
This is why motherfuckers be saying shit.
That's the point.
You don't have to.
He could have said 9.
I know, but you don't have to say he would still lose. Like, come on.
No, but he said 7. He could have said 10. He didn't.
Listen, you're not even gonna get overly passionate, Eddie, in this argument because we're talking about like ChatGPT putting together a list, so I can't even get all the way mad. So let's say that's a 7. Everything else, impact and legacy, Drake's a 10.
I already gave him a 10 in every category.
He gave him a 10 in every category.
I gave Drake a 10, and that ain't good enough.
And that's still
wild, bro. Think about that. I gave him the maximum score in every category, and we're still like, yo, how squeamish Drake got y'all, man?
No,
What's going on?
I don't even agree. I don't even say this.
That
I
was
don't
put him
even
in the list
agree.
still.
I don't even agree. The range and the quality of the albums is a 7.
Where you at?
I give it a 6.55.
Oh, see, you're not helping. Why
okay,
you
but
even,
whatever.
Now, if I get
Rap Life Review, man, we'll see y'all next week. This is pointless, man. It's pointless.
If I said 4, y'all would look at me crazy.
No, Eddie, and just for the audience, my man, Eddie,
go ahead.
You were the one that said glaring omission.
Yes.
Okay,
glaring
you
omission.
said that.
Okay.
It was up to you to score Drake on the third category
and it was
on a scale of 1 to 10.
And it was only a 7.
And you still only gave him a 7.
Okay,
I said his number was 47, which would have had him below Jay and Kendrick. And motherfuckers is losing their mind. I gave him a 10. In every category.
Yeah, I know.
The maximum.
I know.
And I'm still saying, guess what that makes him?
47.
That still makes him third on this list. So it's still a glaring omission.
Which is fine.
Glaring omission.
All right, so based on your tone and based on your mannerism.
I just want to say, man, the fucking hopscotching and yoga moves got to do to keep from getting their feelings
Who's
hurt.
hopscotching?
Relax.
It's crazy.
It's not. I lost my train of thought.
Bro, we playing Twister to make this, man.
I said 6. I said 6 when it comes to quality albums. I say 6. It's only about 3 But 4 of those albums
Why we done gave the man a 10 in a 10.
You get
a 10.
Well, you did.
10 out of 10.
You gave that.
I think you're having a one-man argument right now.
By the way, I gotta go back to one of the slides. Let me go into the Instagram account to see if they even where they had him. Because yes, you're right. You're right, Eddie. You are right. If they didn't even rank him, if ChatGPT didn't rank him,
that's what I wanted to ask. Like, was he even ranked, or was he even considered? Like, is he like? Because I would assume his score would be like 45, 46, 40.
Let's be real. I love Rakim. Drake's above Rakim. Let's just be real, guys.
In what category?
Drake's above Rakim in which category?
Yeah, which category?
Impact and legacy currently.
No.
I know. Okay, so I know. Listen. I know Rakim
You
shifted
said currently.
what rap was.
You said currently?
I know it. So to a whole nother generation, like I get it, guys. In the early stages of rap,
but you're not. But it's not an early stages of rap, man.
It's rap.
You do not have Nas.
Jay-Z.
You do not have Cool G rap, which gives us Nas and Jay-Z. There's just things you don't have without Rakim.
So then you can't. So you can't even say that because
yes, I can. Yes, I can. Because in 10 years, there's gonna be all kind of motherfuckers gonna be like, you didn't have so and so because of Drake. You wouldn't have so and so because of Drake.
And then we won't be here, but I hope whoever is doing these discussions,
we won't.
Says that because there's things you won't have
without
Drake.
And that's very true.
That is a fact. That is a fact, bro.
Right now,
so shout out to Rakim. Love Rakim. Drake's ahead of Rakim.
No, he's not.
Drake has the argument to be the number 2, number 3 rapper of all time.
For sure.
Period.
1,000%.
Period.
Not according, but by the way, ChatGPT
is taking from the internet.
It's just taking from the internet as a whole.
Yep.
And so I think when we conclude this, you should start blogging and writing articles about this on behalf of Drake. So the next time somebody types ChatGPT, it pulls his name. That's all. And I mean, that's doable. There's y'all OVOers in the comments. Let's get to writing. Let's get to shaping the narrative.
They
let's get to making sure history is told the way you want it told. Cause what are y'all doing? Get out of my comments and get to work. But I just want to emphasize, and this is important, after y'all OVOs go out here and write all the things on the internet to make sure that Drake is a part of this convo. Right? Drake is one of the most phenomenal artists of our time. I think everybody agrees.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. We're all on the same page. I think that's universally understood.
Yes. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
One of the critiques in hip hop has always been that he hasn't dropped a straight ahead, bona fide, pure
rap classic
album.
Yes. That one.
Or just album, not even classic.
Yeah, just a straight ahead rap album.
Yes.
Like, boom. He's always, and I think this is why people love him. Mm-hmm. He's always done it for music.
Yes.
And rap is a part of
music.
His whole foray as an artist.
His identity.
It's all a part of it, right? He loves rap, he loves R&B, he loves club music,
Caribbean music,
UK, all that. He's kind of been that. And I think that that's phenomenal. But when we're talking about classic hip hop albums or
classic rap albums,
classic rap albums or rap catalog, he's always going to have that asterisk, which is going to lower his overall score.
Yes.
I think that's all this really comes down to. But once again, ChatGPT is pulling from
conversations,
narratives on the internet to make up what these scores were. Once again, just a great conversation, and thank y'all for joining Rap Life Review. For Eddie and Low, I'm Ebro. We'll see y'all next week.
What's up? You just finished an episode of the Rap Life Review. It's 2025, so New Year means new episodes coming your way. If you want to get in the conversation, you can always drop us a comment below. And of course, you can like and subscribe so you never miss a new episode. Catch us next week on a brand new episode of the Rap Life Review right here on Apple Music.